Am I here? Am I live? What's going on? When did I cut off? I don't know when I cut off. That's the thing. So I feel rather, am I here? Can anybody see me? I don't know when I cut off. It came up error or something like that. So I don't know where it got to or whatever. But I'm here now. The draw is going on. It's already started. Falkirk are playing Inverness Caledonian Caledonian Thistle, which means we know what the other semi-final is, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. The draw has been done. Wow. It just all cut off for me, all in the space of a second. Everything. I lost absolutely everything just as the draw was done. I didn't even see that Celtic and Rangers had been drawing each other. So there's my live reaction. I've just found out. There you go. Celtic will play Rangers in the semi-final of the Scottish Cup. I'm about to watch my phone absolutely blow up here as we've just found this out. There you go. The ties to be played on the weekend of the 29th and the 30th of April. Rangers versus Celtic, Falkirk versus Inverness, Cali Thistle. It's going to be two derbies in the month of April once again, just like last year with this Scottish Cup semi-final. We've got a couple of weeks break between the games. Of course, we played them on the 8th of April and then we won't play them until the 29th or 30th, but it is done. It's set in stone. Celtic will once again be playing Rangers at Hampden in the semi-final of a Scottish Cup, just like last year. We need to right the wrongs of last season, and now the biggest step, the biggest obstacle in front of our treble chances once again has turned out to be Rangers. Just like it was last year. So this is the thing. This is obviously, there's a long time now to go before this game. We've got about a month and a half before we even start talking about the preview for this game, and we start talking about, you know, how we are going into it and how they are going into it. I think if we were to play them this weekend, it'd be great, because I feel like there's been a lot of toxic atmosphere around Rangers, but you don't know what the way that they're going. It's up and down. It changes every week. I don't know how it's going to be come then. But one thing that I will tell you this, and I'll get your guys' comments and such in a moment as we talk about this a bit more in depth. But one thing I will tell you now is they will be absolutely desperate to stop us at Hampden next month. When they know that there is a treble on the line for Celtic. Put it this way, we're going to be playing a Championship or League One side in the final. Celtic should be beating those sides. And if we get past Rangers, you're looking at, and I'm touching wood as I say this, a very, very likely treble for Celtic. Rangers will do everything in their power to stop us from getting to Hampden again in May. It is going to be an incredibly tough game against Rangers at the end of April in this semi-final. As bad as they've been at points and as good as we've been against them and yada yada, it will be a difficult game, and we'll see how things are shaping up coming towards it. But wow, we have been drawing them in the semi-final. I said I think I prefer them in the semi-final. And you know what? I think I stick by that. I think I do want them in the semi-final. I would have preferred them in the semi-final. I know we've got them, so that's good. But I just think if they were to take the treble away from us, I'd rather it was taken away from us in the semi than the last step in the final. So bring it on, I say. I'm confident we can beat them anyway. We know we're talking about how difficult a game it will be, and I don't want to overlook them and underestimate anything about it. But one thing I will tell you is, I know we can beat them. We're a better team than them. Miles fucking better team than them. And it's a game that I welcome with great excitement and confidence. It's going to be another tough task to find yourself a ticket. I'd imagine there's 500 odd viewers in here just now. I wonder over the 500 odd, how many of us will get tickets. I've been lucky every single time so far for the ballots at Hampden. Will this be the first time that I fall at the hurdles? I hope not. It's going to be a difficult one again. Another 50-50 split. Another, if you're not fast, your last ballot. So it's going to be interesting to see who gets all the tickets for this one. But hopefully I'll find myself on the right side of the draw. But wow, there you go. Celtic versus Rangers on one side. Inverness versus Falkirk on the other. Let's get some of your guys' thoughts and the reaction to that draw. Did you expect it? Did you see it coming? I see people saying that definitely wanted them in the semis. The dates for them, Eamon, just to make it clear again, I believe, I've just read it out in my head and I think I've already forgot. 29th and 30th of April, was that it? Is that the dates? It's right at the end of April anyway, the last weekend of April. So I'll just confirm it again for you. I'll get it up my screen here. 29th and 30th of April. I'm assuming that we will, let's take the wild assumption and the very obvious assumption that we'll get the Sunday. So you're probably looking at Sunday the 30th of April for Celtic versus Rangers. I imagine that will be it. I've just seen a comment there that's making me laugh. So you're looking at the 30th of April, which means 8th of April at Celtic Park, 30th of April at Hampden, just as all my money is leaving my pockets for every other fucking thing under the sun. It's another ticket we're going to have to buy. Right, let's get some of your thoughts. A donation, thank you very much to that actor guy, $2. What do you think of the new kit, my guy? I've got it pre-ordered, I think it's decent, nothing amazing, nothing bad. I'll take it. Let's see. Realistically, we'd have needed to have played them anyway to win, so definitely take them as semi. That's it. You know, to be the best, you've got to beat the best. That's how it goes, isn't it? You know, you've got to beat the best to be the best. And we were going to have to face Rangers at some point. As I said, if they drew Inverness and we drew Falkirk, or vice versa, whatever, we would have probably met up with them in the final anyway, so we're going to have to play them. So, yeah, we'll see about that. Bring them on. They beat us in the semi last year. It's time that we get them this year. I remember that, Carl, actually. I do. What an awful draw that was. Yep. I remember that. Beat them and their season is done. Not even a second place medal. I think that, you know, their season is pretty much... Listen, if Rangers were to go on and win the Scottish Cup, it was still an honour and you still celebrate winning the trophy. I'm not saying you don't celebrate that at all, but that still is a fucking mess of a season for Rangers. They've sacked the manager, they're miles behind us in terms of quality. I mean, the Scottish Cup, it'd be like last year. They won the Scottish Cup last year and it didn't feel like a roaring success for Giovanni van Bronckhorst. I don't feel like it feel like a roaring success for Michael Beale, but what we need to do is we need to go and win this this cup. Yes, I fancy Cora Jade. When season 2 FM, let's get easy game for the semis, tougher final, says Satan. Wow, a lot of bring on the Rangers, brilliant. Early exit for Rangers from the Scottish Cup, a lot of confidence in the chat, I like it, I really do like it. You know, you've got to be confident, you've got to be, the way that this season has gone, you know, there's no reason not to be confident heading into a game against Rangers, you know, we may as well be confident. I think that it'll be a very similar game to what we've seen at Hampden last month. I really do. I think it's going to be a very similar game in the sense of if we go out and we just get that first goal, I don't know where where Rangers respond to that. And we can get the first goal. We just need to play our football. Rangers were humping it up the park, hoping for the best. We were playing football. There was only one team playing football in that cup final. And do I think that Rangers are going to do enough from then to this semi-final with the potential of losing at Celtic Park in between? Are they going to do enough to be a side that can come and play football against Celtic? I'm not entirely sure. I'm not convinced. Because I've watched them a couple of times and I'm not really convinced that they're ready to match Celtic toe for toe in terms of quality and what they're doing with the ball. So I'm quite happy that we're actually getting... This is another reason. I said I preferred them in the semis. I would have preferred them in the semis. I'll stick by it. It's happened now. I'm not changing my tune. But it's another reason. There's less time for them to prepare. If we had them at the end of May, it would have given them another month to try and build some confidence and try and be happier. They would have a game at Ibrox as well. Listen, give us it. It's crazy when you think about it, because we're going to play them in the 8th, we're going to play them in the 30th, and then we'll probably play them right at the start of May as well. There's going to be about 3 derby games in the space of 30 days. The beauty of Scottish football. Never underestimate the wee teams. No, you cannot. You can never underestimate what's happened in the past and look what's happened. Different animal now, aren't we, though? They struggled to score 2 goals against Raith. I didn't actually watch any of that game, to be fair. I've not even seen the highlights, so I couldn't potentially comment on it. All pressure's on Rangers. I don't want to be clipped as one of this as it is. All pressure on Sevco. They won't handle it better than Celtic. No issues. Celtic win. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Jers are going to do everything they can to salvage some dignity. Yeah, that was my original point, Jason. I think it's going to be a one that they're going to go out and make sure we don't win, but if we play football. If they lose, are Beale's days numbered, says Cal? No, I don't think so. I think it would be daft on Rangers' part. Keep him. Fucking keep him. I don't rate him. I don't rate him at all. I think he's fucking overrated, right? So I don't care personally, but I think it would be daft on Rangers' part not to allow him the opportunity to build something in the summer and then just reset again before the summer. I feel like that would make no sense. It depends how heavily... Listen... There's 3 derby games to go. If we batter them at Celtic Park, we pat them out the cup, and then we maybe beat them at Ibrox as well, then you're probably looking at Beale being a target for the sack of the fans. But I don't know. I don't think that it'll. I don't think it'll be days numbered stuff for him. I think that he'll probably get a summer, and then he'll go from there. Let's see. Their goal last time against us was scrappy. Can't see them being the better team than us on the day. Yep. As I said, yeah, I just don't see them being toe for toe quality yet in terms of what they do with that ball. Let's see. What else is being said? Didn't give Gio much time. Yeah, I suppose, and he got to a European final. So, yeah, everybody's popping off. It's crazy. I want to kind of look at some of the... So I was really interested in having some conversation about some other news and other bits and bobs for tonight, but... at this point, what the conversation's dominated by, and rightly so, because it's a big, big game that's now in the offing for us in this semi-final. I'm not looking forward to this potential ticket fiasco. Looking for a ticket for Hampden. I'm not looking forward to it. I'm just looking through the social media reaction just now to see what's being said. I'm scrolling Twitter to see if there's any sort of kind of big points being made, anything I've missed, but I think it's obviously quite black and white, to say the least, in regards to what's happening with Durham in the semi-final of the Cup. There's not much else to it. Let's see. One game at a time. Anything else? They won't be able to cope with the pressure. Well, that's a big part of it. The pressure's all on. There's pressure on Celtic, of course, to go and fulfil this treble we've been kind of hinting at and speaking about ever so quietly. We've not made a big deal of it, but, there is that pressure there. But let's be real, the pressure is on Rangers. The pressure is always going to be on them. From the moment that draw was finished there, right up until the game is played, the build-up's been done, everything, all the pressure is going to be on Rangers. All the media is going to be talking about Michael Beale and getting a win over Celtic and winning a trophy this season. Can it stop Celtic's dominance? That's going to be it. It's not going to be... There will be talk of Celtic's treble. Let's not act naive about it and act daft. Of course there'll be talk of Celtic's treble, but literally it's going to be... Can Rangers stop Celtic from clean sweeping it? That's what it's going to be. And yeah, that's a good point. Cal, you made some cracking points tonight, son. There's, what are the mindsets of a Rangers players going to be, especially if we battle them at Celtic Park? Who knows, we might not, but one game at a time. But, Morelos looks out the door. Kent looks like he could be out the door. What is the mindset going to be? Are they going to really care that much? Will they give them that last sort of hurrah? You know what I mean? It's going to be weird. Falkirk and Cali it's a minor semi, yeah. I mean, it's a nice change to see other teams around, not just your Aberdeen, Celtic, Rangers, Aberdeen, and like Hearts. It's nice to see a wee bit of change. But yeah, there you go. There's the reaction to the draw. Thank you everybody for checking in this evening. We'll be deep diving on it tomorrow. We'll be talking about everything else that's been in the news tomorrow as well. But I think I'll wrap it up there for tonight. Wow. Celtic Rangers, Scottish Cup semi-final. It will probably be the 30th of April. Get it marked in your calendars. Get ready to battle for your tickets and get ready as Celtic go to war looking for a treble against the rivals. It's going to be a big game, a huge game, and we'll build up to it all and the derby in between here on the channel. So make sure to stay with me from now till the end of the season. As always, pleasure, ladies and gents. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for all your points and everything tonight. Have a good night. I'll see you in the channel again tomorrow. Take care. Cheerio. Bye-bye. I've not pressed... It's not let me end. Bye. Nope. Bye. Can it end now? This is